Power of a power. So to get the answer, we have to understand, and hopefully you remember that whenever you have any power, the exponent is gonna tell you how many times we're gonna have to multiply the base by itself because it's showing how many factors we have. But now, can you see that this power is inside this other one, this other exponent, right? So let me explain. According to this property, to get the answer, all what you have to do is multiply the exponents. And let me rewrite it and show you why this is the case. I'm gonna rewrite 2 to the second power, and this will be to the second power. Now, this means that whatever you have inside the parentheses, you have two factors, right? So if that is the case, then I'm gonna rewrite it this way. You have 2 to the second power times 2 to the second power, okay? But because these are powers and you have multiplication between them, what you're gonna do is you're gonna be adding the exponents. So to get the answer, you're gonna be adding 2 plus 2. The answer should be 4. Well, one more time. Now we're gonna start all over because now look, this says that you have 4 factors. And to get the answer, all what you have to do is multiply it by using its factors. And since you have 4 of them, then you're gonna get to rewrite it. And then to simplify it, all what you have to do is start multiplying. 2 times 2, you get 4, times 2 is 8, times 2, that'll be 16. And according to this property, that's how you're gonna get the answer. Now look, multiply 2 times 2. You're gonna get 2 to the fourth power. And you can see, we already see how it works, right? And now, because we did all the work, the answer should be 16. Okay, that's why they call it power of a power, because once you apply this rule, right, which is, it means that you have two factors, and to get the answer, we get 2 to the fourth power. This is another power, okay? And you multiply the base times how many factors we have. We have 4 of them, so that's how we get the answers. All right. So now the second one, okay, we're gonna just multiply the exponents. 5 times 3, nothing will happen to the base. The base is gonna be k. So then multiply 5 times 3, that would be 15. And that's how we get the answer. All right. The next one, it works exactly the same thing as what we did for number one. But now we know that all what you have to do is multiply the exponents. I know that this power has 3 factors. So I'm not gonna write them like this and then add the exponents because then I have to simplify it. But now we know that all you have to do is write it by multiplying the exponents. So then to simplify it, all what we're gonna do is write 2 to the 6th power. And that means that we're gonna be multiplying the base times how many factors we have. We have 6 of them. So and all of this would be multiplication. Okay. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is gonna be 64. And that's how we gonna write the answer. Okay. Now that's how we get the answer. But now on the next number, which is number 4, you look at the brackets. These are brackets. It works exactly the same way. Okay. All what you're gonna do is you're going to multiply all the exponents and you have only one power. Okay, this one is 1 to the second power. All right. Well, to get the answer, I'm gonna just multiply the exponents. So this is gonna be 1 times, 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So that should be 1 to the 8 powers. So to get the answer, you're gonna be looking at how many factors you have. You have 8 of them. So to get the answer, all what you're gonna do is multiply 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 8 times. So times 1, and I think this is the last one. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And obviously the answer should be 1. Okay, please don't multiply 1 times 8 and say the answer is 8. No, these are the factors. This is telling you how many times you're going to be multiplying the base. And that means 8 times. You can see it. Okay. The next one more time, we have brackets. Nothing will happen to the base. The base is going to be A. To get the answer, you multiply 2 times 4. That will be 8 times 3. You're going to get 24. And now the last one, the base is going to be R. Multiply 3 times 2. That would be 6 times 3. The answer should be 18. And that's how we get the answer.